The thing is, if you're in this kind of business, if you're on the same trajectory as me, I'm far more likely to take your advice. I'm far more likely to confide in you because you know what I'm going through.
If I could go back and coach my younger self, I would say, Alan, you're trying to win at a very, very, very high level with other people who don't really care about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first ever episode of Next Level University, where we show you how to get to the next level when it comes to your love, your life, your health, and your wealth.
Oh, yeah.
So we rebranded, as we said. This is the first week of Next Level University. Today, for episode number 462, we are going to talk about show me your friends, show me your circle, show me your group, show me your team, and I will show you your future.
Show me your team.
Isn't it weird? Weird intro. It's
I like it.
Strange.
I like it.
I like it as well.
I really
It's going to
do.
take some getting used to, but
Of course it will.
We'll do
So, my favorite part about it is that no matter where you are in your life, there is a next level.
there is.
And you're going to have to learn in order to get there. So Next Level University.
I love it.
Next Level You. So if you're out there right now, we're going to help you today get to the next level you by surrounding yourself with a next level team. So show me your team and I'll show you your future. We've said this so many times. There's a reason we keep going back to it. Jim Rohn talks about you are the sum average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're out there right now, I want you to do this quick exercise. Look around you and look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. I would be willing to bet that you have similar incomes to them. You have similar physiques to them. You have similar standards to them. You have similar awareness to them. You probably drive similar cars to them. You probably live in a similar location to them. And the truth of the matter is, and I remember I was listening to Business Mastery. There was an audio on one of his podcasts from Business Mastery, and he talks about the culture.
T-Robs?
Yeah, T-Robs. He talks about the most important thing in a company is the culture. And I believe that the most important thing in your life is the culture. And I want you to think about this for a second, real quick. Let's say you were born in China. And let's say in China, you were born in a place without electricity. And let's say that they're incredibly good, this culture that you grew up in, were incredibly good at farming, okay? You're naturally going to be an amazing farmer. By the time you're 15, 16, 17, you probably have a good 10 years under your belt of farming. Not because that was a natural gift, but because of where you grew up. Now, take that same principle and apply it to the people in your life. And one of the examples we use as well is I was reading a book. Which one was it? I'm reading a bunch of books right now. It's either Peak Performance or Stretch, but they talk about, no, it's The Culture Code by Daniel Coyle. And he talks about this family who all of their children are like world-renowned chess players. Because when they were little kids, they all played chess together. And what the family values tends to be what the individuals within the family values. And you and I realize that in our own upbringing and things like that. And I've talked about how alcohol, was valued in my family, and I tended to drink and partying and having fun. So understand that whatever team you're on is creating your future. It is. To probably more of an extent than anything else we could talk about.
Yeah, it's if you feel like we've made any progress in the last year, Dave Meltzer has been a part of our life. Now we have Evan Carmichael in our corner. That's why the name of this podcast changed, because he brought that to our awareness. And if you were to look at the 5 people that I spend my time with, that Alan spends his time with, I bet you most of them are probably podcasters. I bet you most of them are into some form of fitness. Most of them are into personal development. Most of them are impact-driven. Like, if you think about it, you spend time around people who you feel close to, you feel similar to. That's why most people are friends, right? So I would ask you this question. Are you currently spending time around people who have the same values or who have the same nostalgia as you? Because it's very easy to say, like, well, I'm still in the same town I was in, so I spend time with the people that I used to spend time with. When it's like, okay, well, you're the new version of you wants this result. Are you spending time with people who are going to help you get that result?
Right.
I think of look at Joe Rogan. Who are Joe Rogan's friends?
Comedians.
Comedians, podcasters,
Yeah.
fighters, where he spends most of his time. Dave Meltzer. Who are Dave Meltzer's friends? Influencers. Entrepreneurs. Right. Speakers. Yep. Coaches. Like the best of the best. If you want to get better, spend time around people. Spend time with people who are good at the things that you want to get good at, who are spending time doing the things that you want to spend time doing it. It sounds very simple. But in practice, it's harder than in theory, for sure.
So I'll never forget, I was at a Tony Robbins. It wasn't a Tony Robbins event, but I went and saw Tony Robbins live. And Tom Brady and Edelman were interviewed by Tony on stage. And when they got interviewed, it was very clear to me that Tom Brady and Edelman are like close friends. And I don't know if they still are because they're not both on the Patriots anymore. Yeah. But it was kind of interesting because it's like that's who they hang out with. And it makes sense, right? They're both on the Patriots. They both have world-class standards. They're both world-class athletes. They both have the same goal and mission to win Super Bowls. And it just makes sense. And if you're out there right now, and I'll tell this quick story. I remember there was someone very close to me who I cared deeply about. And I remember asking them a simple question. I said, "Are you on a winning team?" And they sat with it for a while, and they actually answered like, "I think so, I don't know." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I'm fairly certain that I'm the only person in your life who has dreams. And is that correct?" And she's like, yeah, that is. I said, "Are you okay with that?" Because at the time, I felt very misunderstood by this person, and I was trying to figure out why. And when I asked her, "Are you okay with that?" it kind of shook her snow globe, and she said, "I wasn't sure. I'm not sure." And in all honesty, whether it's this person or one of my close friends from home who is still in the same circle, and this is nothing against anyone, okay? That's a choice, though. I would be surprised if they suddenly woke up and had dreams when they never got around other people who have dreams. Mm-hmm. And my clients, I used to do this exercise, fitness clients. I used to say, oh, wow, that's right, this is a shorter form.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going right off the rails. So the last thing I'll say about this real quick. With my fitness clients, I used to say, write down your top 10 associations and rate them on two things. One is the dedication to their fitness goals. Number two is their physique. Put me on there. And I would realize, and then we would average it, and it would always come out to what they rated themselves. Always, within a point, okay? There is no version of you hanging out with people who are out of shape all the time and then being in shape. You don't see it. You just don't see it. And so whether it's us with the Hyperconscious team, everyone's doing peak performance tracking now.
So Next Level team. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's right. I appreciate that. Yeah. The Next Level University
it's
team.
It's going to be an interesting switch for sure.
Wow, that's right. The Next Level University team. We all do peak performance tracking now. We all have a daily dozen. That wasn't a thing for any of us 2 or 3 years ago. It's because we got around a group of people with similar goals, similar values, similar beliefs. What's your take on all this before I take the whole episode?
I think also the thing is, if you're in this kind of business, if you're on the same trajectory as me, I'm far more likely to take your advice. I'm far more likely to confide in you because you know what I'm going through, right? Like the advice that we get from Evan or Dave or Mark, right? Or these people that we interview and we talk to behind the scenes, like we have a lot of amazing people in our corner. Mm-hmm. But that's because we realize how important it is.
Right.
Mark Metry has one of the top podcasts in the world. Genuinely, right? In the world.
It's awesome.
On this planet, he has one of the top podcasts. And of course, like we're so blessed to have him in our corner. Not only from that, but he's a friend.
Right.
Mark is a friend of ours now.
Yeah.
Like our team, I think we're on a winning team. We're on a very winning team.
Yeah.
But the other important thing is it's not just us. Like the studio, the rebrand, the clients, all those things. That's not just us.
Those all were sparked out of conversations with incredible team members.
They were. And we can't take credit. Like, we can take credit if we wanted, but it's not. This is a team effort.
100%.
All of this is a team effort. It's very fitting because we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
But it really is. Like, when you see a winning person, this is my 10-second blip. When you see a winning person, understand they're probably on a winning team.
100%.
And they're the only person you're seeing in that moment.
Literally, The sports analogy.
Quickly.
You see a winning person win the championship. It was not just that person. Right. That person might be contributing to that, but it's because they're on a winning team, literally.
Yeah.
10-second blips. I know you already.
That was mine.
That was yours.
I don't remember it.
Dude, this should be a longer episode. I love this topic. I know. But so I apologize for taking the whole thing.
We'll do a part 2.
Okay. What do I want my 10-second blip to be? At one point, I didn't call anyone a mentor. That was such a big mistake. Because the moment you consider someone a coach or a mentor is the moment you're looking for guidance. The label creates the experience. If you're drinking something called water, it's going to be very different than if you're drinking something called Kool-Aid, even if it's similar. So, are you on a winning team? And if not, what can you do to get on a winning team? Because there is nothing else more important.
I think this is what we should do.
Okay.
Instead of 10-second blips, since we're Next Level University now,
right?
We should say, what is one thing, one takeaway, one action, one belief, one behavior,
right,
that will help you get to the next level?
I like it.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that? All right.
Can we do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is one thought, action, behavior, takeaway, blip that will help our listeners get to the next level?
Okay. If I could go back and coach my younger self, I would say, Alan, you're trying to win at a very, very, very high level with other people who don't really care about that. And that is jeffing you. And if you're out there right now and you feel that way, make the leap and try really hard to untether yourself and free yourself and get around a winning team.
I would say what I said. If you see somebody on the podium, there is a team behind them. Everywhere. Like LeBron James doesn't do his laundry probably.
Right.
Do they get credit when he wins the championship? No. Now, that's deep and that's a lot of levels, around that, but he has a legitimate team.
Yeah.
Where they're doing everything most likely. He's got a driver. He doesn't drive himself most likely, right?
Right.
Everybody has a team. The people that you see receiving the medal are doing a lot of maybe the quote unquote the most important work. But there is a team behind them supporting them, just like us.
Right.
Our girlfriends, our families, the people in our corner, the team, the Next Level U team. I like that. Mm-hmm. All of that. And you guys. Like
the listeners.
If all of you decided to stop listening tomorrow, it would be different.
I know.
That's why I always try to say we don't have fans, we have family. Like we're not fans. We have family. People reach out, we try to talk to them. I always want to be there at least to reply to the DM and all that happy jazz.
Next Level U is a team.
It is a team.
It's fire.
It's a university.
Yeah.
It's a university. All right. We done here?
I'm ready.
All right.
What are we gonna plug?
Nothing. Nothing yet.
Okay.
Nothing yet. We got some rebranding to do.
Welcome to the very first episode of Next Level University.
Yes. Up next, we have a very special Next Level University mastermind, even though I introduced it as a hyperconscious mastermind because people weren't ready yet. But Prepo Teplitsky, we interviewed him a couple months ago. He is what's the proper term? Psychotherapist.
Yeah.
He has been in the business for 15 years. He has helped thousands of people in their relationships, but with their behaviors, with their limiting beliefs, all sorts of things. Super deep, amazing, mostly about relationships. Alan and I had some great questions. The listeners in the live Zoom room had some great questions. If you're in a relationship, if you want a relationship, any of those things, this is going to be a fire mastermind for you. And I guarantee there is a question in there that maybe you want to ask or you've never thought of asking that will benefit you, for sure. He's been married for 25 years, and he's been focused on learning relationships. If you're out there, listen with your partner. Yeah. I think that would be fire. There's no version of this not improving your relationship, in my opinion. Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk to you on the next episode of Next Level University. Talk to you soon. Bye.